Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over my top 10 G.I. Joe Classified Series figures of 2024. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. But first, here are some runners-up. Ganaga Hide has some great animals and a nice color scheme, but suffers from reusing too many old pieces. Helix has pretty much the same issue, though I do like the color scheme and head sculpt, but I do think those weapons are a little bit cumbersome. Duke has some new pieces here and there, but he just reminds me of a generic soldier half the time. I do like how he looks though. Crimson Baroness, despite being most likely a complete reuse, really sidelines that in favor of Baroness being a great character. I love how she looks in this. The updated head sculpts are amazing. And Nemesis Enforcer would probably be number 11 if it weren't for the fact that I had to kit bash him and take pieces off in order to make my complete and much better version. And now on to my top 10 G.I. Joe Classified Series figures of 2024. Let's get to it. Number 10 is Jinx. I really love how this figure looks. The red is super vibrant, the tattoo is really awesome, and the accessories are really great. The tattoo on her arm is pretty nicely done. Even with that kind of translucent paint on the flowers, it still looks good. The wrappings on her arm look really nice, and all in all, the printing is really solid on this figure. I do love how it looks kind of faded in some parts, but not in others. And the sculpting for the head is super great over here. I love how it's all wrapped back very nicely. And the accessories are plentiful for this figure. Jinx looks amazing in any form she takes. Number 9 is Shadow Tracker. I just love the bulk on this figure and the unique sculpt work on this character. Very well done. The paint also shines through with the various parts that need to be painted for this character. I mean, all these little leopard spots or whatever they are, they're great. The various bones and skulls and fangs and little bird heads that make up this character are just so nice. We even get more modern boots that have these nice flames on them, as well as these sort of mechanical type of greaves that harken back to this too. It all ties in together. This guy is a more modern hunter. A lot of fur and a lot of skulls and a lot of stuff make this guy up, but I gotta say, he is not your average Kraven the Hunter. And even though I do not like this bow or this quiver back here, I still think they add to the figure's bulk and coolness, and this guy creeps me out in every aspect and succeeds in every aspect. Number 8 is General Hawk. I'm surprised at how much I love this figure. He's a pivotal character in the series as well as the line, and I just like him a lot. The bronze coloring on his jacket really looks nice. I just love how this figure is well detailed and weathered, actually. A rarity for Hasbro. The pants have this kind of morose gray color to it that really gives age to this figure. I love how old he looks in a way, in a good way, and the boots are good too. The little touches such as all the little medals here and things that I've kind of not hidden but just not really shown really bring this figure out in a good light. Even just this, Yo Joe, the slogan / call sign of all the Joes, is so wonderful on here. And despite his age and slightly graying hair, I do think that he is a force to be reckoned with all the accessories he comes with, as well as the experience and skill. I also love this new articulation they've given him, this mobile ball joint that moves around. This kind of butterfly all the way around joint is phenomenal. I just love it. And the head sculpt is great. Wonderful. You could even call it fantastic, especially with the graying hair. It's just so wonderful. Number 7 is Retro Snake Eyes. I love the simplicity of this figure, yet there is also some complexity too. As much as I love the texture on these figures, such as on here and on the pants as well, this clear, clean shirt really brings that cartoony vibe. I love how this figure looks, mostly black with a little bit of dark green that blends in with the black actually. It's really phenomenal how this figure is made color-wise, blocking wise. The little pouch and the small grenades that can clip onto it is just genius. I love how this is done. It's so nice. He even has his Uzi over here, a knife over there, as well as a pistol and a mag over there, with nothing really else except for those really nicely complex boots and pants. It's a great juxtaposition that the top is pretty simple and the bottom is very complex without much. I do like how all this stuff on here adds complexity to this. It's so well done. And the head sculpt is really cool. End of story. Pure black, goggles, very Darth Vader, but in a friendly way. Number 6 is Big Boa. Just like Retro Snake Eyes, the simplicity really wins me over, but I just love the color pops on this guy. The blue pants are just super simple, just basically muscles over here for his legs, and then down below we have have his boots that look really nice and have a cool Viper texture to him. He has these spikes on his chest that are basically illegal in any kind of fighting ring, and also he has nipples. It's kind of weird to mention that. Also say, nipples. While he does have pins up here, not down here, it's still alright. Reminds me of the older figures and gives me a little nostalgia too. The boxing gloves are awesome because this is getting me this close to getting a Little Mac custom for Punch-Out. That would be amazing. I love it. Just a lot of hallmarks on this guy. Screams Cobra Viper. It's pretty cool. And the helmet. Let's talk about this helmet. It's amazing. I love how it looks. Very Star Wars, but also very G.I. Joe. And if you don't like the helmet, why wouldn't you though? We have some really great sculpt and paint on this head. It's so nicely detailed and I love it with a 5 o'clock shadow, as well as the dead look in his eyes, the missing tooth. It's all there for a boxer. And then we have actual blood on these. This is awesome. I like how they're a little bit more adult with this line. It's great. Number 5 is Retro Cobra Commander. I love how this figure looks. It's super simple and harkens back to the animation. I love the stripe going up the leg. It looks so nice. The stitching going up is even better though. A wonderful detail most wouldn't catch. The little wrinkles in the legs everywhere coming up to the top with more wrinkles around his hips are so nice, and that red going up also, and the belt is amazing too. The belt having all these pouches on it looks really great and all white all the way around, and the little details on his gloves for the leather and on his belt are just so nice. The Cobra logo up here looks really good, and I just love all the little wrinkles in his outfit. It may be simple, but it's really wonderful. Now let's talk about this beauty. This should be done to every figure. This sort of vacuum metal chrome kind of thing is just phenomenal, and it's just amazing. Even though he's pretty much a coward, he's adept at combat with these fists, as well as a finger point for commanding his troops and an evil take over the world hand for holding his globe that should be with him, honestly. That'd be great. He may be a simpler figure for the line, but I do love how he looks, especially with the accessories he comes with and that vacuum mask, but those hands really make him. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Number 4 is Quick Kick. I love how this figure looks, feels. The accessories are just insane amazing. For you Quentin Tarantino fans, he has bare feet looking awesome over here, and I just love how these look coming down to the pants himself with this really nice deco on there. And the accessories and their storage is insane for this guy. I love how they have little bears or wolves or something on them, and the nunchucks are painted very nicely too, and this backpack is great. You can even store his chocolate bar inside of his little strap over here, and he has shurikens that don't really come into play, but they do here. I wish this was clear though and painted better. And I love this determined head sculpt, and the fists work really well for the figure, but that is not all. We also get these really cool martial arts hands, as well as this head sculpt that looks very nice. Quick Kick is awesome. He's just a great figure with amazing accessories. Number 3 is Raptor. What a great figure that came out last year with some awesome accessories, and what a great look, if I may say. Let's talk about him. The clawed feet are super cool looking. I love how they even look like raptor talons going up to the boots with that nice texture over there and some more pouches. The raptor claws that he has are just epic, and even these little wings coming out of the boots are so cool looking, and even the wings coming out of the belt is great also. I love these sort of like jet lines coming out over here and on here as tattoos. They're so nicely done. More wings over there, and just more hallmarks of being a falcon. I mean, look at this guy. Awesome. It's just so wonderful. This guy has a brand and he is sticking to it. It's just epic for him. But the wings really pop on the shelf and look super great. I just love how they move, look, and feel. They're basically perfect in every way. They shine so well. This figure is such a great mix of nature and machine, and I'm all for it. Raptor is amazing. Number 2 is Torch, and I'm surprised too that I love this figure this much. It just is so classic to me and really great. The texture on the boots is amazing, and I love this style, how it rides up and hides the articulation. That's really genius for Hasbro. The double gunslinger type pistols remind me of the Old West, and the flames over here are really awesome too. And the necessary little details like that skull, amazing. The flames on his arms are great. The chains on his arms are great, and the chains on his biker outfit are so cool, and the cutoffs are really nice up there too. Even the backpack has so much unnecessary detail. I love it. And look at this. Every individual one here is painted. It isn't like just part of the sculpt. It's all paint. They did a lot for this guy. And the head sculpt really reminds me of those classic kind of bikers, but he also kind of reminds me of the dude from The Big Lebowski, just a little bit in a way. And his blowtorch weapon is phenomenal. The flames coming out of the skull is just amazing with the spikes on it. It's so over the top. It's funny and fun. And he has a variety of different types of flames for this weapon. It's wonderful. I personally prefer this one, as it can just go across something like a vehicle, which I'll be reviewing soon, but not for a while. Just looking at Torch from afar, it just screams he's a biker. Yeah, I love this guy. He knows what he's about. And number 1 is Retro Recon. Wait a minute, he's not number 1. I hated this guy. Get out of here, you. Number 1 is Once a Man Cobra Commander. Anything from the show I love immediately, and this is a must-get for me. Even though his bottom half is the same as the previous Cobra Commander, the retro version, he still has better paint that's much more red, and even some dirt on the bottom and in the tips of the shoes. It's so nicely done here. But the top half is just peak for me. These scales sculpted so nicely. I love how it looks so good. It's so good. You can just see the snake here. It's so captivating and satisfying. It's so nice. And his stripped down wares is so wonderful. I love all the dirt and grime and slime. It's so epic here. Even the spine here is so captivating. And the weapons holder is so great. But this face just screams nightmares. It's just scary to everyone will hate this. But I love it. It's just wonderful sculpting and painting. Multiple eyes everywhere, the unpainted fangs that I think were part of the original model, as well as the teeth, are so great. And the skull being segmented is just epic. I love the detail put into this. It's creepy, it's scary, it's horrifying, but it's the character. He comes with the same hands as the previous Cobra Commander. They're not different, but they're nice to be included here. As well as the same weapons, and I do love the little bit of red on here, by the way. It looks so nice, and the silver down here, actually it's gold now. Really nice touch. But the unique accessories from his previous figure set him apart in the hugest of ways. I love the shattered mask over here. It looks so nice, as well as his helmet. That both harken back to him finally revealing his face for the first time, except it's a snake, which actually isn't a deal breaker for me. I love this. But probably his best accessory is his alternate form. This is gorgeous, and probably will only be used once, so thank you, Hasbro, for this. I love this piece. It's just so cool, and yes, minimal articulation, but the sculpting and paint really matter more than that to me in this case. It's just such a nice figure, and I'm glad to have it. It can wrap around characters, too. And I just figured this out now, but you can attach the shattered mask to his face, and it looks amazing on here. It's pretty cool. So if he wants to hide his face even further, you can have him do that as he slowly evolves into a snake. But this figure is really great. I just love it. And this figure just opens the door to more figures from the movie, such as the Cobra Law villains I've been waiting for, Galobulus and Pythona. Give them to me, please, Hasbro. I've been waiting for years. So that was my top 10 G.I. Joe Classified Series figures of 2024. Let me know yours in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.